今天朋友的拳馆开业，然后来了个小伙子，说想感受一下自己的这个实战能力。小伙子呢非常的有礼貌，然后呢就是一个传武的练习者，想感受一下实战。因为我看他比较瘦弱，我怕我朋友控制不住力量，伤害到他，所以我说我来吧。然后呢我也没有放力量，就和这个小伙子玩了一下。正如视频里面你所看到的，我并没有发力。这个小伙呢其实是挺有礼貌的一个小伙子，然后呢他是练习过传统武术，他只是呢实战打的比较少，所以说想感受一下自己的这种实战能力具体是什么样子。其实我在这边我想告诉的是，很多这些搏击俱乐部的教练或者是馆长，有一些人过来要求切磋交流，其实他并不是说来踢馆，他可能呢只是想来就是简单的验证一下自己的实战能力。其实这种情况下呢，大家完全可以清理出场地来，然后呢和这种水平跟我们比有差距的人呢，我们可以和他就轻轻的轻实战一下，让他自己知道是怎么回事。也不要一上来就把人家往那种 KO 里打，毕竟有很多人他是没有练过的，他没有这种防守意识，而且身体的硬度也达不到。如果呢我们去发全力的话，很容易把他打成 KO 或者是打伤。我感觉这样的话是没有必要的，因为我们毕竟是一个职业运动员，对于一些这种类型的还是要有所包容。在交流完以后，我再三叮嘱这个小伙子，我说以后你去这种专业的搏击俱乐部里面，不要去和别人随随便便的就说切磋交流感受体验，你的这种行为呢在很多人的眼中会被视为是踢馆，并不是每个人都像我一样这样心软的。所以我也希望大家以后遇到这种类型的人要有所包容，不要去下狠手，他只是想简单的切磋一下，并不是踢馆。多一些理解，多一些包容，真的会让这个市场变得更美好一些。
Okay, guys, so let's talk about this now. We'll first analyze the light sparring. So Kung Fu guy, obviously, he's striking like a Kung Fu person, right? He doesn't, look at that, he's holding it almost like what you would call it spear position. He's got one hand up high, one hand low. Some people argue that's actually to protect the area in between the thighs. But, so MMA guy's just kind of trapping him, playing his own game, right? There's a lot of trapping in Kung Fu, but MMA guy's showing can't really work against me. So I guess that's a cell phone that fell or something. He's like, yeah, just put the cell phone to the side. The cameraman, if you notice, is the guy with the black wife beater or tank top in the mirror. So anyways, lots of clinch range, pummeling range, as we say, right? The trapping range that people talk about in a lot of Chinese arts doesn't work when the guy knows how to pummel, right? That's why Muay Thai, and of course wrestling beats Muay Thai, but Muay Thai usually beats Kung Fu. So he's going to the legs now, the MMA guy. Kung Fu guy just thinking about sneaking in hits, right? It happens when you first start sparring. You don't know how to set up the shots. You're trying to sneak a shot in. So the MMA guy showing him that he has no idea how to deal with leg kicks. His low left hand is not really doing anything for him. Neither is, so look at that, because of the low kicks, the Kung Fu guys, both his hands are dropping. So MMA guys just very lightly showing that, okay, now your face is open. See, look at that, and this is common, right? It doesn't just happen to Kung Fu. It happens to anyone who is new or just hasn't sparred in a while. You forget that, okay, there's certain ways to defend against kicks that don't involve your hands leaving your face, unless you consciously do it, right? The key is don't be reactive and passive. So obviously this guy's approach is not going to work for every situation. If the guy's trying to be a Charlie Zelenoff, you got to teach him a lesson. But what I like about this guy is what he said at the end. He's like Andy Pye. If you haven't seen my interview with Andy Pye's the guy who brought MMA to China. And Andy Pye's thinking more about the marketplace for MMA, the perception of MMA. And so this coach is very much about that. You might win a victory, whether physical and moral, if some dojo stormer comes in or just a guy who wants to spar comes in and you beat him. What are you doing to the entire MMA market? What are you doing to the combat sports market? So it's really interesting. He's getting people to think beyond. And again, like I said, there are exceptions, right? If someone's coming in being really disrespectful, maybe you need to spar a little harder. Or if someone's coming in to try to hurt you, I mean, you could always call the police, of course. But if it's just sparring, then spar harder with them. In this case, This kid obviously very quickly knew he was outmatched, and you can just very gently teach him different things he can work on. You don't need to hurt him. I think we've all experienced that one person that spars too hard against the beginners. Why? Why? In general, sparring etiquette, this is something that's not emphasized. Why? Why don't gyms kind of spend a little bit of time in the beginning going over sparring etiquette? Teach the beginners and the intermediates and the advanced people. If you can practice a whole lifetime how to throw a jab, why not a whole lifetime teach sparring etiquette? I'm serious. Think about that. People who work on a roundhouse kick their entire life. Why not entire life teach sparring etiquette? When do you go hard? When are you working on technique? Etc., etc. Just some thoughts for you guys. Thank you guys so much. Happy Friday, and we will talk tomorrow.